Welcome to the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Backup Configuration Guide video. I am Stefan Fassmann, and I will be your guide today. You can find our documentation on our website. I'll be going over how to set up a collector server on the GroupWise Disaster Recovery server and a collector agent on the GroupWise server for a domain and a post office. Then I will show you how to start a manual backup job. Prerequisites. Create a backup directory on GroupWise Disaster Recovery and GroupWise servers. If maintenance purge is not configured, you will only be getting a snapshot of the GroupWise system at the time of the backup and not a full backup. Most of the time, your users will want that one important item they deleted that wasn't backed up. On the GroupWise server, go into GroupWise Administration, Domains, select a domain, Client Options, Environment, Cleanup, Maintenance. Enable Do Not Purge items until they are backed up. Press OK to save. On the GroupWise Disaster Recovery server, we will create the paired collector server profiles that will be receiving the GroupWise data. First, let's set up the domain collector server. Run reload from the terminal to start the text administration console. Select Create Profile. Select Create a new domain profile. Give it a short name, for example, DOM. Provide an easy-to-understand description, for example, Domain Collector Server. Backup path. For example, backup. The short name will be used for the subdirectory. Confirm the path. Select the platform, in this case paired, as we will set up a collector on the GroupWise server. Now it will set things up for the data destination. We can do the same thing for a post office. Return to the main menu. Select Create Profile. Create a new GroupWise post office profile. Give it a short name, for example, PO. Provide a description, for example, Post Office Collector Server. Set the backup path. For example, backup. The short name will be used for the subdirectory. Confirm the path. Select Platform. In this case, paired, as we will set up a paired collector on the GroupWise server. Now it will set things up for the data destination. The profiles will appear on the web console and will have the less than, tilde, greater than signs, collector server symbol behind it. The GroupWise Disaster Recovery server is ready to receive data. Let's switch to the GroupWise server. Now we will need to download the collector to the GroupWise server. Log into the GroupWise Disaster Recovery server. Select Domain Collector and press Go. Click on 2, Installing the Collector software. Click on gwdr-collector.rpm and save to disk. Go to the terminal and install the RPM file with rpm-ivh gwdr-collector.rpm. Now we can create the collectors. Run reload. Select Create Profile. Select Create a new GroupWise domain profile. Give it a short name, for example, DOM. Provide a description, for example, domain collector. Set the backup path, for example, backup. Confirm the path. Select the platform, in this case, collector, as it will send data to the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. Enter the address of the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. A terminal will appear to exchange SSH keys with the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. Confirm the SSH port. Enter the destination path that exists on the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. Enter the source path that exists on the GroupWise server to the domain, in this case, GroupWise/domain. Confirm the path. Read the summary. Test and initialize the profile. Now for the post office. Go to the main menu. Select Create Profile. Select Create a new GroupWise Post Office profile. Give it a short name, for example, PO. Provide a description, for example, Post Office Collector. Set the backup path, for example, backup. Confirm the path. Select the platform, in this case, collector, as it will send data to the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. Enter the address of the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. A terminal will appear to exchange SSH keys. Confirm the SSH port. Enter the destination path that exists on the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. Enter the source path that exists on the GroupWise server to the post office. In this case, GroupWise/PO. Confirm the path. Get to summary. Test and initialize the profile. The profile will appear in the web console with the collector tilde sign behind it. The collector agent will use dbcopy to make a local copy of the GroupWise databases, and will also copy the blobs. So make sure that there's enough room for all the data. Once the local copy is complete, the collector agent will send the data to the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. To start a job manually, you will have to start the job on the collector. Browse to the collector. Go to the profile to back up. Go to the Backup tab and open Job Control panel. Select Start a Standard Backup Job. Either of them will do. The job will begin. The gears will turn green. As data is being processed, the gears will turn. You can monitor the job with the agent log. Once the job is complete on the collector, the data will be sent to the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server. On the GroupWise Disaster Recovery Server, a flashing indicator will tell you data is being received. Once the backup is complete, the next step is to set up the system for restoring items.